Hello. This video is just a follow-up video from the video I left about Rachel, the lady who's portraying to be black, and she is Caucasian or whatever. Well, I have received a lot of personal emails from my YouTube page regarding that video. And I wanted to not apologize for nothing I said because those are my opinion, and I did not feel that you should apologize to something you're entitled to have, okay? First of all. Secondly, as an African American woman, I feel that I have the right to say how I feel about the situation since she's portraying to be African American, okay? Secondly, I don't agree with I don't feel that she's a fraud. A fraud is a person who does things for a personal gain. I don't see where she gained anything. I mean, if she did, excuse me for not knowing her business, okay? But from what I can understand, everybody's talking about her and putting her down because she been going around all this time claiming to be black and raising black children, and she's Caucasian. So that's what the problem was. So whatever personal gain that she did get from being black, kudos to her. I don't care. It's not my business. I don't know any of it and don't care to know any of it. But what I didn't like is how all of the people who emailed me those disrespectful emails about African Americans and how we need to stick together and how people are so welcoming to other people, races. Someone left that same thing in a comment too with me. And I don't feel I feel that we should be welcoming people. Wait a minute. Before I even go into that, what the hell are we gonna do as a race when we can't tell nobody from nothing? Because far as I see, as going into my children's school, and I live in an area where it's mostly white people, it's so many biracial children where they mix with black, Indian, Mexican, whatever. Eventually, we're not going to have a race. It's just going to be mixing others. And then what we going to do then? I don't feel this woman made a mockery. A mockery is teasing. How did she tease the African American people by choosing to love our race enough for her to change her whole life and her identity to be like us? How is that teasing us when she want to be like us? First of all. Secondly, what fraud did she commit? Cause she told her lie. Everybody had lies they didn't told. Those her truths. Because apparently to her, that's how she feel. Who are we to say that she's wrong for feeling the way she feel about herself? Self-esteem is a personal thing. Can't nobody build that up. You have to work on that yourself. And it's a reason, a dark reason, that I'm sure nobody is willing to listen. Don't nobody care to know. The reason for a person to just try to change their whole life to get away from that is some deep, 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 dark scars that she's dealing with. And I feel like we should offer support than to tear her down. We should be proud that we have somebody who loves us because we keep educating our children that all white people hate us. I ain't gonna say we because I've never told my kids that, but I've heard other children who said their parents has taught them that. I come from a time where we lived on one side and the white folks lived on the other side of town, and that's how it was. So for me to see a Caucasian lady who was born white or light skinned or however change it to where she wanted to identify African American, one of the poorest race, one of the races that don't mean nothing. We some thugs. That everyone want to paint, that we the welfare kings and all we do is get food stamp. But here is a woman who saw past all of the negative images that is put out there and said, I still love African American people. I identify with them. I feel that I have African American blood in me, apparently. I am happy. Because now I don't have to sit up here and always see people second and make it like, oh, white people don't like us. And we need to stay together. What we need to do is come together. And stop making it a race issue. It go. I couldn't believe it. It says iBox River made in my comment. He made a reference to Bruce, and I feel like Bruce came out and he said that he was a woman. He's been living a lie his whole life. And everybody, he was on every news channel, every TV station, almost every magazine as a woman. And everybody was proud. Everybody identified this man as a woman. Everybody talked about how beautiful he was as a woman and everything. He got major support. Soon as a woman say that I identify and I love the African American culture, our own people tear her down. When we should have been thanking her for loving us, for loving us enough to want to be like, identify with us. I ain't gonna say be like us, but identify with our African American people. I think we got our priorities wrong. We just need to learn to love each other. No matter what we do, no matter what we say, love should be always first. Rachel needs love. She needs support. Apparently she never received it when she was a little kid. And as brothers and sisters in Christ, and if you don't believe in God, as brothers and sisters of this earth and universe, we should love each other and support each other no matter what. No matter what. Because I come from a place where I believe God. I believe in God, and I believe that no matter what we decide in life and what we become in life, He still loves us. So if He can love us, why come we can't love ourselves? Why come we can't love each other? Stop all this hate. I don't want to read no email, a page. It seemed like a whole page email that y'all talking so horribly to me about me loving my sister, whether she's Caucasian, Indian, yellow, orange. As one person put, I can't think of the name in my comments, said that no matter what you choose to be in life or change yourself to be, basically you still that same, you that person. You right. But that's for them to deal with, not for us. We still supposed to love them just because of just because Rachel is Rachel. Rachel is still Rachel no matter what color she is. So we supposed to love her. That is the bottom line to it. Regardless of what lie she told, of course once you start one lie, you're gonna have to make one lie after the next to cover up that lie. That's how it is. So we shouldn't be mad because she tried to conceal her own truth. I can't even say it's her lie, because in her heart she believed it enough that she changed her life and kept it that way for a while. We need to love each other. I love everybody who sent me an email, because you about that big. That's how you live your life, about that big. The world that you live in is changing around you. It really is. And if you don't catch up, you're going to be lost. We got to come up out of that slavery stuff and start. I mean, I know that's a part of our history. We can't get away from that. But when are we going to start thinking about our future and just think about love? Slavery only lives inside our hearts because if you have that slave mentality mind that's in your heart. Take it out. Love each other. We all bleed. We all die. We all get cancer. We all have our issues. But we supposed to come together. What if this lady killed herself out of all this hate that's going on? Then what? Then we ain't gonna talk about how she tried to betray to be black. Then all the good stuff gonna come up. Why don't we acknowledge all her good things now and start loving her and being her support system? Because apparently she don't already have it. So I say right now, before I leave this video, don't inbox me no more about Miss Rachel and any negative comments about us black people needing to stick together. I stick together with my people, my brothers and sisters. That's regardless of what color they are. I don't care. I don't see race, When I say I don't see race, they're not saying I don't visually see it. Let me break that down for somebody to say, say something about that. I don't look at a person and judge them off the color of their skin. I judge them off the way they make me feel as a person. And I think we all should start working on that and start worrying about what color we are. Because at the end of the day, when there's a natural disaster, we all come together. regardless of who we trying to save and help. We all come together. So come together when a person crying out for help. This is a cry out for help. Rachel is crying, have cried out for help for years, and just now we know her pain or see it. But right now we need to send her some support. What about those children? How you think they feeling? Nobody's thinking about how they tearing down Rachel, how this may be affecting those kids. She changed her life so that she can accommodate them to make them feel comfortable. And what we're doing, making it worse. So if we're mocking their parents, what do you think the kids are doing at school? It's just trickling down. So we're looking at her face on the media, but behind closed doors, we are affecting all that whole family. Her husband, he got to deal with the hurt his wife have to carry. Her children got to see that, and tell them what type of stuff they're going through at school. What happened to the love? What about those babies? What about her hurt and her pain? Stop focusing on the negative and start thinking about that's how we can come together and support her. And that's all I want. I don't want to hear nothing else negative in my inbox. There's already enough on TV or in the comments. I appreciate everybody who done viewed the video and the ones who have liked it, and even the person who disliked it. I love you, my brother and my sister of all races. I leave this video with you in peace, that one day we will all come and be one and don't have to worry about the next person's skeletons in their closet, because it's not that important. Tomorrow is not promised, and we're destroying those children's lives if we continue to add to the hurt, basically. A lend a hand, let's borrow a hug, something. We have to start somewhere. Love starts somewhere. We cannot keep tearing this woman down and not thinking about her children and what they're probably going through. All those doctors that be on TV talking about her mental status and why she does things she's doing. What about what they're doing to her publicly? How it's affecting those children publicly? And what we going to say then when one of those children decided, because suicide is real. You don't understand, it's a cause and effect of everything. You publicly shaming this woman is publicly shaming those babies. And by you publicly shaming them, who's to say what they may do? So let's stop all this hatred and let's start loving each other. Let's start embracing people who we know are hurting instead of kicking them while they down. And this is my video to those of y'all who do not like what I have to say. I still love you, and keep your comment.